Hi everyone, I'm Marcy Douglas and I'm an upcoming artist. I have been working on my album for about 3 years now, and I have written 12 songs of my own, and I am working with a couple session players that are helping me do this album, and their names are Glenn Drover and Sean Drover, and I've been working with them for 3 years now. So I haven't showed any of my music yet because I'm waiting to get the whole album done and complete. And then my plan is to present it to you as I'm preparing for this album. As of now, I have to say that the Music Academy here has helped me out tremendously when it comes to learning how to market and just learning different tools and things like that. Um, this second course that I'm taking now has taught me how to do polls, like ask questions and stuff like that. Listening to Leia's podcast, she mentions that, ask your fans what they want and things like that. And I like that idea to find out, who you can find out who is really interested in your music. And I just listening to that and then coming here and then seeing this poll here, you know, was a great thing for me. Just because, here I'm listening to the podcast, but I'm thinking, how do I do this? And I could go and research it, but I own a business. I work all the time. I have my family and I have my kids, and I'm it's just life. Life gets in the way, and I can sit and research, but it takes a lot to research, and which narrows down a lot of extra time of trying to get my album out as quick as I can. Um, so I definitely like this course just for that. It just cuts out the chase of all the research that I have to do, and I thank Leia for that, and I thank her for making this course affordable for me. Being in the inner circle makes it affordable. I feel I might have to work maybe a little harder. That's okay. I'm not afraid of work. That's what we're here to do. To work to be successful, and to try to take off as in our own music career and stuff like that. It's fun, but it's been busy. So talk about myself a little bit. I came from a musical family. My mom and dad, they played music, so I was inspired when I was just a little girl. We always had instruments, laying around, and so did their friends that played. They would come over on the weekends, so it's in my blood. It's been there for a long time, and I've picked up the guitar here and there and play. But my biggest interest, I've always wanted to be a songwriter, and I'm finally doing it. I'm a little bit older than probably some of the younger ones, and I had a big concern, thinking, is this, can I do this at my age? I'll be turning 48 this year. I'm pushing 50. So, but, and what makes me still go is being in the hair business. I had a lady, I did her hair, and she was going blind, and she was in her 80s, and she was a school teacher, and we had a rule in our hair salon to never charge her, and so I never did all the years that I worked there, and I became really good friends with this woman, and she lived behind these apartments that I worked in front of, and she had told me one time she was a school teacher, and she worked in a one-room schoolroom. That's pretty amazing. What great history to talk to somebody about that. It's just, wow. And to get an opinion from somebody that comes from so many different generations and raised, and in a different generation than we have been. The amazing thing with her is she told me that you're never too old to do anything, and you're never too old to learn, and you're never too old to achieve. And that stuck with me all these years.